Going on, guys? Jake here with Middle American Outdoors, and I'm headed out to a couple pieces of property I have about 20 miles away. I'm gonna set up some cameras. Little late, but better late than never. I've got 5 cameras with me, and looking to get on some sign and get back into where I shot my deer last year, and maybe see what's out there again this year. I'll let them sit for about 2 weeks and go back in and give them a check, but I don't have them over any mineral this year. I'm not going to for just a little bit. I don't have any on hand. Hoping to get some in soon. Get some set over some scrapes or maybe some pre-existing mineral areas that I've had for several years on private ground. Public ground, can't set anything until September 1st, so I will stay away from there. I got some new public ground that I'm wanting to try closer to where I live now. But stay tuned. Check back in here in just a second once I get there. As I was saying earlier on my entry video, but I walked up to it to show you guys. It says area open September 1st through January 31st. That means you can't have any trail cameras, any minerals, no minerals on walk-in anyway, but no trail cams, no tree stands, nothing for deer hunting from September 1st, and you have to have it out by January 31st. That is a very crucial rule to keep in mind, so you don't, so you avoid any chances of getting in trouble with anything. You know, that's very key. If you want to be able to keep hunting, you got to follow the rules. And here at Middle American Outdoors, that's what we want to teach: rules, good practices. Just wanting to teach you guys that here in Kansas, these are the signs. This is what they look like. This is what you can look for if you want opportunity to hunt public here in Kansas. This is they have turkey ones as well. This is for big game deer. Like I said, September 1st through January 31st, so I will not be setting anything out until September 1st. Once again, I just wanted to let you guys know that. Thought it was a useful tip. I'm here at the property finally. I've got my pack here, my good trusty pack I've had for quite a while. Plan on doing some trimming on a few stands that I've had left here hanging on this private piece. Like I said, a couple people do have permission to access this, so I will be getting the cameras up a little bit higher just to try to get it out of the normal line of sight. But with everything being so thick and ticks out like crazy, I decided to break out the Bug Off by Deer Supply Company. Give that a try here today, and it's my first real time trying it other than at home. At home it works wonders, so I'm hoping the ticks kind of stay away. This is the more potent tick blend, I think. They got the lavender scent as well. If you want to give them a look up at deersupplycompany.com or message me or Matt, and we will get you some of that. I'm gonna get in there and get 4 to 5 cameras set up, and we'll go from there. We are on a main trail here coming up to one of my first tree stands I left. You can see it cuts across this little ditch here. This is a pretty solid rub. It's been here for a couple years. Looks to not be being used right now, of course. Everything's still in velvet, but with everything growing, I'm looking to maybe see some bucks on that this deer season. Now that's a deer trail right there. Alright guys, we're at a spot. I ran my first year mineral site here last year. I just started hunting this piece last year, and it looks like they are needing some. They've been pawing at the ground, and got quite a bedding area through here, and a good trail running down through this opening cut. This is the same property I shot my deer last year, but in a different area. I'm looking to get a trail camera hung up in one of these trees here and see what happens. I found the tree here that I'm going to use. I put my trail camera right here last year. I'm going to try to get up a little higher just for the fact that I know there's a few guys that are wanting to get in on this piece of property here. So I'm going to try to get it up in that general area just so I know it takes more than a 6-foot guy to get. I'm going to use my mole tree here at this set. I like the mole trees a lot. I know there's some other companies that do this, but they got that password security protect. That way, if somebody does happen to take your camera, I mean, they got to have the password to know how to reset it. So I'm going to get this hung up in the tree and we'll get it put over that mineral site right there. To get them down and out, these little steps come in handy. They're only a couple dollars, and you could be able to climb up, you know, a couple feet to get them stands hung or whatever you need to do. But these are mirror steps, and they seem to be pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. Closed in on mile 1 of this walk-in. Walking pretty far back into this piece and to get that second camera set. Doesn't look to have any crop planted in this field this year. This was a cornfield last year, but I think the neighbor to the south has some corn, so maybe they'll be using this thick bedding in through here and be able to catch them slipping in and out to that corn. But closing in on that 1.5 mile number, and it's a good workout. Got the mountain ops Ignite waiting on me back in the truck before I hit that second property. Stay tuned and we'll get this second camera set, and I'll show you guys how I'll do that one. As I walk through this set of trees, this is a major bedding area. It's kind of an open set of trees, but yeah, as you can see there, numerous beds, all that I'm standing in here, all through here. They have tons of vision all the way down through here. If I was bedding somewhere, that's probably where I'd be, just so I can see all angles in and quick exit out to the next property over there where the corn is. But I'm not seeing much for trails in here like there was last year. I know it's kind of been dry, so I don't think the tracks would show up near as well. But being an avid shed hunter, I find myself scanning for deer antlers as sign more than anything else, because you never know what you'll walk up on. It is the end of July, but you never know. You might come across a good shed. As you can see, the neighbor property over there has corn. This through here is where I shot my buck last year, but like I said, there was corn all the way around it. So we'll see what this year brings. Hopefully these cameras will show me. Like I said, guys, I am always looking for deer sheds. I came across this fence here, and I don't know if you can see it real well, but on that opposite bank there is a small forky. I will be picking that up. I do collect deer antlers. I just love them, and so does my dog, so this looks like to be a good antler chew for him. Just a little guy. As you can see, the squirrels and the mice have got to it. I think this is definitely an older one, maybe a couple years old. I sure just got drug in here by the mice. It's kind of a thick rat nest area in here. All right, guys, I finally found a tree to put this on. It's kind of a natural little funnel in through here. 2 trails going by this big tree here. Plan to stick it right here and there's some bedding all around this tree, but it's more of a funnel zone in through here. So we'll just give this a whirl, and I'll get back to, I'll probably head back to the truck after this one and head to that next property a few miles down the bottom. This is the Stealth Cam P90, I believe. I ran it last year. It was a pretty good camera, but we'll give her a whirl again this year. New batteries, everything's good to go. I just use a custom set, number 4 on this one. 3 photo burst. It's on a trail, so I know I'm not going to get very many pictures, being not over mineral. So I'm not worried about it draining down the battery that much, but I'm going to leave this camera here for quite a while, as long as nobody decides to have sticky fingers. But I'm going to set this here, and hopefully you guys see some good action on this camera. During the rut, this area was loaded. I wish I was filming, but last year I have a bunch of videos on my phone. I've been filming for quite a while, but mostly on my phone. Upgraded to the Canon this year, and hope I can film myself as long as my brother, as well as my brother and friends as they hunt. But let's get this hung up here and get moving on. I got it set, turned on, everything is good to go. Like I said, 3 photo burst, waist high. This is going to be facing the sun as it sets, which could be beneficial and it may not be. I might get some blurry pictures depending on the quality of this camera, but we will give this a go, because this is the only tree that I could really find that was in the area that I wanted to go to. So we'll just hang this here for a couple weeks, bring the card reader in, see what we got, and maybe move it then. Get this up above those weeds, tie this off so the wind don't blow that strand. That's how I normally do it. Get that angled perfectly. Alright, I'm going to angle that up a little. And normally how I do that is I take a little stick. Everybody knows this trick. Stick it in behind the camera. This goes a little bigger. Tighten that back down. There we go. Looks to be a baby buck going. Holy cow. That there was a giant whitetail. My gosh. I could just see it hopping up over them big tall weeds there. Just jumped him out of his bed. I had to walk 20-30 yards from him the first time. I still hear him crunching around. Well, I don't like doing that, but you always bust out the deer, especially in this thick weeds. I plan to get another camera in here as I've seen more sign getting closer back to where I had parked. So I plan on probably getting a camera in here. Just so thick, it's going to be tough. Walking through this wheat stubble field here, like I said, I'm always looking for sheds, but this one was pretty obvious, 4 foot away. Last year's shed, base is chewed, pedicle's gone. This must have been a late shedder last year, as I walked right through here when it was just growing wheat. But another nice, genetic deer good 5-point side. I don't think I have the other side to this one. I do remember seeing this one though last year. And that could have been the deer I just kicked up, come to think about it. But anyway, just another nice shed. You gotta love the outdoors. You never know what you're gonna find. That's why I love it out here so much. It's definitely by far my favorite hobby. But there you are, a good Kansas whitetail. All right, guys, heading back out of this piece. Definitely hot. The shirt from Jason at Bowhunter Box Club in one of the grab bags this last year, or this last week. Blood, sweat, and deers. A little bit of blood from the barbed wire fence. Definitely a little bit of sweat right there. It's 90 degrees here in Kansas. Storm's about to move in, so it's a little humid. I'm gonna try to get one more camera out on a piece I just obtained property from. Haven't ever hunted it, but it's on the other side, a couple miles away. It's got some corn, so you never know. I did kick a few deer out of here this piece. That's just normal when they're bedded down at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and you get into some thick cover. You're gonna bump some out, but plenty early. They'll be back, as you'll see on my cameras, hopefully. Stay tuned as I refill with some Mountain Ops Ignite. It's the kiwi strawberry flavor. It's kind of new, so giving that a try. But stay tuned, and I'll see you at the next property. At the next piece property here, it's just a small little section. It's got some water up in the pasture. It's kind of a funnel, canyon funnel down into the creek bottom. Corn clear in the bottom. Looks to be some feed and some thick pasture up here, up top. Hopefully they work down and I'll get it down into that funnel. But now I'm gonna reapply the Deer Supply Company spray. So far, I haven't had anything, which is crazy. Very good product there. It says reply every 30 minutes, so that's what I'll be doing, and I trust it. Well, walking into this place, it looks to be a good access area. You got a giant pasture face here, and some tall weeds there. Just could walk this hedge. It's always beneficial to plan your entries and exits. You don't want to be pushing these deer out of the bedding area or onto anywhere else, other people's properties. Just try to do as much as you can to leave yourself some success. Alright, well guys, I found a spot here. I'm going to set up a trail camera on this tree. As you can see behind me, this whole pasture funnels down into this with water right on the other side. I know there's some cattle sign in through here, so I know they do put cattle down in here, which that's just the nature of it. But I'm going to go ahead and slap a camera up right here and see if I can't get something coming in through here. This looks to be a good spot and the best place I can find for right now. I might move it here in a couple weeks, just depending on the volume I get of pictures and what the pictures are of. With a pasture like this, you never know. Mule deer, bobcats, you can get anything up, coming through the cuts like this and down into water. You never know. Looks to be some turkeys scratching around down through here. Maybe there's some bugs or grubs or something. But we're going to go ahead and get this camera hung up right here. This camera is a Spy Point Force B. I might have got it in a Hunt Vault box last year, I think. But like I said, I ran this last year. Really good camera, simple to set up, nice LED screen where you can view the pictures, which is very handy. You don't have to carry in anything. You can kind of just view them, and if you see something decent, you'll be able to change the card. But I have my names on all these cameras for the fact, and my number, for the fact that if anybody has a problem or anything like that, they can give me a call. Just a good thing to practice is getting permission from these guys, landlords, or these tenants every year. You can't just expect year to year to have permission. You never know what the circumstances are. Per the owners, I called this landowner this week and was able to obtain permission again. So, with that being said, I'm going to run a camera here. Hopefully, if there is cows in here, which I don't think there is, they don't mess with it too bad. But hopefully catch a big old buck cruising through here with corn, water, pasture, bedding. What else can you ask for? That's what you're looking for as a hunter, really. That was quite the walk. I think 5 or 6 miles. I'm in this heat, putting up, trimming some branches, trimming some shooting lanes here and there. I didn't get any videos of that, but just on a few tree stands that I had existing at that previous property. But in closing, I got to set out 4 cameras, each one a different one: Spy Point, Bushnell, Moultrie. The other one is Stealth Cam, that P90. I like running all sorts of different cameras, as I don't have any partnerships or anything with anybody right now, but I like giving them all a try, and there isn't a bad one nowadays with the megapixels. You know, the photo quality is insane, so hopefully I'll show you guys some of them photos. Hopefully get that buck that I chased out on camera. He was a dandy along with the smaller one. But I'm gonna head back home to the family as they're waiting on me to get home. Having a young daughter, 10 months old, at home. I like being home quite often. But anyways, it's Jake checking out here from Kansas, and stay tuned as we continue towards the season, and I get some more mineral and some different trail cams, tree stands out, all sorts of stuff. Some shooting videos, get my arrows tuned. I got to do all that yet, but stay tuned as you'll see more content coming from both me and Matt. And subscribe to our channel, share us, comment on anything I've done that you see or Matt's done, or any questions for us. We do things pretty well similar, sort of different, but that's just different terrains, different states, just different things. But if you got any questions, let me or Matt know. Give a comment, like, and subscribe on this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks, guys.